And as a bridal makeup artist, I don't think I can ever recall a time that I've been asked to leave a wedding or been kicked out. Most of the time, I'm actually asked to stay, but your girl is usually very tired by that point and also not prepared to attend a wedding, and so I usually go home. But I do have a story that I just remembered a few weeks ago that I have not told you guys yet, and I tell you guys all of my crazy horror stories. It's about a bride who literally refused to pay me, and I still do not have payment from her to this day. A few years ago, before I ever had a studio space, I would travel to and from all of my clients, usually to their personal homes or to venues like on location to do makeup. Sometimes I would go to photo studios, but most of the time I was going to somebody's house, and this bride was no different. She booked me for a trial without securing her wedding day, which should have been a red flag looking back on it now, that this girl really wasn't that serious. But I also was a pretty new makeup artist. I'd only been doing makeup for like a year or two at this point, and I was trying to get, clients any way that I could. And so if it meant just booking her for the trial and then kind of like convincing her with my skill and my personality that I would be a good makeup artist for her, then I could figure that out once I got there. She lived about 45 minutes away from me, so I did travel to her home. Did I charge anything additional for travel? Of course not. I get there, start doing my thing, setting up my stuff, and it's kind of like they just moved in, her and her fiance. By the way, I'm underpainting. I promise. I know this looks crazy, but it's gonna look good later. And her fiance and herself, they must have just recently moved into this apartment, and they didn't have a lot of furniture, so we were having to make do with the counter space that was available in their bathroom. And I also was like using her bed as a table, and she was just like sitting in a dining room chair. So we're kind of just like setting up haphazardly, and there's also not really any good lighting in the space. It's like kind of dimly lit, and I'm pretty sure at that time I had my own lighting that I brought with me because I had had so many bad experiences of going to people's homes and they did not have lighting, and obviously can't do makeup without a window or overhead light, like some kind of lighting. I'm doing her makeup. I'm there for about an hour, just talking to her, kind of figuring out what she wants, and everything's going super smooth. I'm not getting any red flags from this girl, but I'm pretty sure that was strategic. So I finish up her makeup. She's really happy with it. She's like, it's beautiful. There may have been some minor changes. I mean, again, I was just starting out, so it was very common for me to like have to tweak a thing or two for the makeup application. And if I remember correctly, she had some sort of event that she was going to do, like bridal shower or photos. I'm pretty sure it was pictures because I'm pretty sure I saw photos later. At the end of the service, I'm packing up, I'm getting ready to go, and we start discussing payment options. And really, I only accept cash and like Venmo or Cash App. Especially at this point in my career, I haven't like expanded on any other forms of payment yet, and I've gotten burned one too many times with taking checks, so I just don't offer that as a form of payment. And she's like, oh yeah, I can Cash App you. I'm pretty sure it was Cash App or Venmo. And I was like, perfect. So I give her all of my like account information, like my Cash App account handle or Venmo account handle. And that's when I get hit with the old, oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on, but it's not working. And I'm like, oh, okay, like no big deal. At this point, I'm still really trusting her. I'm in her house, so I mean, I know where you live, girl. And I'm like, okay, no big deal. I need to leave because don't want to hang out at your house until you get this figured out, which in hindsight, maybe I should have. But also it was like, $75 or something. So I was like, okay, no big deal. Like just, get it figured out whenever you can and send it over to me. I knew that she had somewhere to go and I was ready to leave. So I was like, all right, no big deal. I'll just leave and she'll send it to me eventually. So later that day, we'd primarily been communicating through Instagram. So I just sent her a message just like reminding her of the remaining amount. And I also sent her my handle again, I think for both Cash App and Venmo, just like, hey, if one or the other is not working, just send it this way. I see that she opens the message and reads it and doesn't respond, and I'm thinking, okay, that's not that strange because, you know, she had something going on, she was probably busy. I'll just give her a few hours, not worry about it. So next day, I send her another message just saying like, hey, here's, you know, a reminder, whenever you get a chance, can you please send over payment because I still haven't got anything from you. And she reads that message and doesn't respond again. Finally, after my third reminder message, she finally messages me back and she's like, hey, okay, I'm so sorry, like, I'm gonna be sending it over right now, so sorry for the delay, like, I apologize, some things have just been coming up or whatever. I'm like, okay, but you know, you knew you had to pay this yesterday or 2 days ago, and I still haven't got my payment yet, but I'm gonna be nice. And she's like, yeah, I'm sending it right now, and I never get anything. I'm like, okay. I send her one more message and I'm like, hey, still haven't gotten any payment, like, is there something going on? Do you need to pay me another way? Like, I need to get my money, you have not paid me yet, this is getting a little out of hand. And she reads the message, doesn't respond. It's posting photos from the pictures or event or whatever it was, and I'm like commenting like, oh my gosh, you look so good, makeup looks so good, just to try and remind her like, hello, I'm still here. At no point does this girl ever block me or just, I don't know, send me a message like, hey, I'm not gonna send you any money. She just never pays. She just never responds to me again. And at some point, you know, like, I move on because I'm like, it's been 2 weeks and I haven't heard anything from this girl, and obviously she's not trying to pay me, so I guess I just need to let it go. Like, she would read my messages, not respond to them, and would just leave me unblocked on her account, still following her, still following me, and just not respond to me and not offer to pay me. It was absolutely insane. Thankfully, I was never contracted to do her wedding because obviously I would have canceled and been like, no, we're not going to be a good fit. But yeah, I never heard anything from her ever again. I'm pretty sure she still follows me and I still follow her. And I don't even know, I don't remember the girl's name or anything anymore to like reach out and be like, hey, by the way, you never paid me. Do you remember that? That girl got some free makeup that day, and that was also the day that I realized I need to start having contracts for every single client regardless of what the makeup is for. And I've never had that problem ever since. So I just think it's crazy. Sometimes I drive by like the apartment complex, and I'm sure she doesn't even live there anymore, and I'm like, I remember you. I'm never gonna forget you, girl. I'm always gonna remember that you owe me $75. And now it's tacked on 5 years of interest, so, you know, like $2,000 at this point, but who's counting? That's my story time for the day, so hope you guys enjoyed it. I love you so much. I hope you have the best day ever, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, besties!